So that was 233. So this one need to be 27, right? Am I back?
Dual wheel.
Oh, wait. Wait, weren't you already follow? Okay. So, okay, the number's not going up. 890, or was it already? Okay, we're at 892. Okay, we are back. Time to spin the wheel, though. This is important. Okay, this is light blue. Polite clap. Oh, that's nice. All right, I've got, now that I got like 27 minutes, I actually genuinely need to beat this level. Chat, why you guys have a conversation amongst yourselves? Because I did start this level at the very least. I have thoughts. Notes, even. Some would say I have additional notes. You never know when the game's actually got to start, so I got to stop, like, drinking. I've got a drinking problem. A drinking problem. Tell us your thoughts. I gotta beat this first. Hold on. This is a short level. We'll afford ourselves some time. Gotta wait for people to file back in. Any button while falling? Falling or jumping? How do you know it's short? Because we got to the end of the level, I think, right? We wait with bated breath. Do you guys have any thoughts? I'd love to hear your thoughts. Why don't you go sound off in the comments down below? You guys have the floor first. You know, it's your stream. Happy Stream-iversary, everyone. This is the greatest present I could ever ask for. Holy shit. I just now realized the money on the ground. I mean, I saw it, but it's one of those things where you see something in front of you, but you don't, like, register it. See, this is why I gotta get my cognitive function back up by reading. I'm getting brainworms. I wanted to say, too, before we really get into it, person earlier said, like, oh yeah, I've read books, but I don't even remember reading them. Oh, that was the point I wanted to make, is that I'm catching up with myself. Sorry, give me a second. That I had planned out the first half of this year. Obviously, I talked about the Nudes era retrospective. And I always shoot for the stars. I always say, like, oh, this is the video idea, I'm gonna run with it. And as of late, I have just been making very large videos based around those topics. And sometimes they work, right? The Barnyard video was heavily censored, but it came out when I planned on it releasing. It wasn't substantially delayed. However, it's seeming more and more like the videos I've been working on, not just the Nudes era video that I already announced, but obviously I've been hard at work at the Smash video, and the Smash Saga will be over, and we'll need something to fill that Smash Saga place, obviously. And with the Smash Bros videos, they've been annual, right? There's been another installment every year. 12 months apart. And before, like when I was first making that video, I wanted it to be one video covering like, oh, all of the lead up to the game, the release of the Switch, and the DLC cycle. But then I finished talking about 2018 and it was already too long and I had to move on. And then the next year, talked about the first DLC cycle, and I wanted that to be one video as well, DLC 1 and 2. And then I realized as I was writing it, oh, this is way too large of like a period of time. So I split it into 3. But those 3 parts were all a year apart. I don't want that to be the case anymore. I don't want to, if I start a series for the next part, to be like a year late. Ideally, at most 6 months, or at the least 6 months, right? If I start a series, I'd want part 2 to be 6 months late. We'll see how well that plays out. I don't know. There are multiple videos. Obviously the New Zera video, and then another one about games that I've started writing, and I've realized I actually don't have enough time to cover all the games I want to. Then I thought, you know what, maybe I should just split them into parts. I've seen it successfully done with someone like Nikki Carrion, and we've had our disagreements. I mean, she doesn't know I exist. I've had my disagreements with her, but I think it's a good idea. I think I would like to... imagine if instead of... I think my new philosophy is I'm just going to... A video is done when it's done, and it'll be released when it's done. Actually, the opposite of the Linkar. I think that I will finish what I have finished of a video, and then release what is done when the time comes, and if there's more to be said, then I'll just make another part, right? And I used to do that. I did that with the original Xbox video, my time with the Xbox One. I split that into 2 parts. Even though I finished writing